This has been a weird week. We'll talk about how the week was weird later on as we go over the events of the week. But to start off with, we got our times at Legacy Silverstone down from a 206.284 to a 204.187. There was still a ton of time to pick up on the track, but we'll get more into why it went the way it did, maybe, as we go on in the video. Our average start was 7th, our average finish was 7th, which is better than we normally do, which is an average start of 7th and an average finish of 8th. It could have something to do with, towards the end of the week, we had a couple races like our last one where of the 6 cars to make the race official, only 4 of them decided to grid. Well, anyway, here's the stats for the week for your perusal. So I started the week off with a lesson from race car driver Bruno Carneiro, thanks to viewer notcub. He asked me which track I felt most comfortable on, and Lime Rock was the one that we decided on. He took me around the track and kind of analyzed what I was doing right and wrong, and then kind of gave me examples of what I should be doing to get quicker. One of the things was I need to use more of the track, but mostly what I need to focus on is proper braking and also being more patient to get into acceleration. I'll let him explain it because he's better at doing that than I am and more accurately knows what exactly it is that I need to work on.
To it. See my brake pressure through the gear? Yeah. It's just hit, and I never hold, I just release all the way until the apex.
Yeah.
And you see how they like touch almost, the brake and the throttle, they touch?
Yep.
It's just because as soon as I'm off, I'm back on throttle. So it's a nice, like, try to make it a symphony, you know, like one feeds off the other. So,
So like, my big takeaway from this is, more than anything, just try and smooth out my brake release over more time and make it peak quickly.
Yes. You want that peak, the hit, so you get the car slowed down as quickly as you can, but then getting comfortable with, okay, I'm going to roll off the brake so you don't overslow it.
Yeah.
Right? You don't want to hold you don't, especially with open, like this is just different, but like with open wheel cars, especially, it's like you hit and you're immediately releasing. With GT cars or touring cars, because they're heavier and they take a little longer to slow down, it's okay to have like a little bit of a hold, but you never like hold it and then drop off. You hold for a little bit, get it slowed down a little bit so the car is comfortable, and then just releasing until apex. So it depends with the car, because sometimes the car, if it's heavier, if you're coming into a heavier brake zone, you need to hold it for a little bit longer, but you never really want to hold it for that long. You want to get it slow down enough and then start releasing until the apex. So.
All right.
Right after the lesson, I spent some time trying to implement the lessons that he had taught me. Very quickly, I got back down to my very quickest time when we had a whole week to practice at Lime Rock after about an hour or so. Previously, I had tried to do that again for our comparison video between iRacing and Forza 7, and after about 4 hours doing that, I wasn't any closer to getting that 57. So very quickly, his lesson got me back up to the speeds it took me a week to get to.
Your lap time was 58.64. Sector 3 is 0.2 off your best. Sector 2 time is okay. That lap was a 58.00. Sector 3 is 0.05, slower than your best.
So with this new knowledge in hand, it was time to tackle Silverstone later that day. I had only just completed a few solid laps without like going off track, and now I've got to concentrate a lot more on what my feet are doing versus the track itself and learning a track that I had never really run before. Things went about as well as you could expect.
I never did that again.
Things went like this until Thanksgiving when I wasn't streaming, but Daniel and Stig were able to talk me into doing a GT1 race after turkey dinner, and it was at Lime Rock. It wasn't in our TCR, but all of our braking practice and practice at that track really paid off, and I was able to get down into the high 51s, which I was pretty proud of. With Friday came most of our strangeness. For the third week in a row, Daniel, Stig, and I decided to make a Camel GT race go official. This week it was at Spa. I haven't really done a ton of Spa in any game for quite a while, and I've never done it in iRacing, so things went like you would expect.
Give him a giant advantage. He did not. He did.
Green, green, green.
I'm racing with the LMPs! I really need a straightaway to sort out this issue. There we go, they're gone.
Oh, you bloody Pringle!
Car right, clear right.
Is Derek one of ours?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 24 fan.
Okay. I'm horrible at keeping people's names.
Whoa! Jesus! Toonstar decided braking is for nerds. I had to bloody dodge him. We should start a new team and call ourselves the Baseline Setup Warriors. So I feel like that's what we are now.
I have some kind of setup on. I don't remember which one it is. There's someone. This for some track, the first week that we did this, somebody dug up like it might be like Gunaseker or something like that.
I'm still running Baseline. It's actually pretty good. It's alright. It's not too bad. It's doing the job. You play with a controller too, Chunky? Are you Hexen speed though?
I was gonna say Hexen's making some pretty neat like track tutorials and stuff too on YouTube.
With a bloody controller, he's a bloody god. Just remember, guys, every spa is a jacuzzi, but not every jacuzzi is a spa.
Since we had decided to make a GT1 race go official as well as the Camel race, and they were too close together, we couldn't go directly from one to the other, Daniel put up some hosted races, and I won our Indy race that we did with the Legacy IndyCar at Michigan. And it was mostly, I think, through virtue of not dying, although my times weren't awful.
One is behind us, 5 seconds. Wait, the leader's dead.
3 through 7 are for fuel saving, and then 8 is when it's yellow.
Push.
The leader's dead. Piltown's gonna bloody win.
Hey!
Pil, just keep a hold of him, man. You can do this.
Oh my! I need to tear off, but I can't. Like I have to hit Control T to do that.
Alt T it is.
Alt T. Well, I have to hit Alt T to do that. I can see. I can see.
We only got a few laps left. You'll be fine.
You'll be right.
I can just feel the road. I can feel the road. I've done races blindfolded.
Little left, little left, little left. Back right a little, back right a little. Straight, straight. Give it gas.
I'm in third place. Podium, podium.
We just went faster, Fleegers.
But IndyCar drivers must get bored, dude. Like, once you get sick of going like 360 kilometers an hour, like you kind of run out of stuff to do. I just turn left a little.
You know what? Stick, how much fuel do you have left?
You're not. I got plenty. I hit fuel. I hit fuel stop.
Okay, yeah, all right.
Try to hit the catch fence after the
Right
race.
flag. Here we go.
We can do that.
All right, I'm gonna try to bump draft you down the back straightaway since it's the white flag.
Alrighty. See if we can make that work.
I think I can. I think I've inadvertently done it a couple of times already.
I think I have felt something.
Wait, second place died. It's a Bill Daniel
I feel
1-2. Oh! You finished the race, Bill?
Yeah.
Great win. You deserve it.
Winner! Winner! Winner!
Chicken dinner.
Winner, winner, Bill down.
Yeah, buddy.
You're an
I crashed my car in the GT1 race that we did after this, unfortunately. I went into the wall and wrecked my car. But after that, everyone decided that Oval Indy is my calling, so I needed to get my Oval C license so we could get me doing that. So we got into the ARCA cars, and Stig very graciously decided to coach me through it. It was a little nerve-wracking at times.
Got one about 3 back. I'll let you know when he gets to your back bumper.
Okay. No.
Oh.
What?
Oh no!
Are you alright, mate?
Hold your brake, hold your brake, hold your brake, hold your brake!
I didn't see them coming.
All good, all good. Just tow it. Just tow it. It's broken.
You got a fast repair.
Yep, you got a fast repair.
Your bad life advice, Penguin?
Even though my shoulder was on fire, his excellent coaching helped me gain 1 position and some SRs so I could get on my way to my C-Class Oval license.
That's good. Did you clip the 4X? The magical, mystical 4X?
Loosen your grip on the wheel a little bit, Pilt, and relax. It's not that bad, I promise. Just relax yourself a little bit. You look like you're driving with your knuckles white.
That's what I'm doing right now.
I am.
Oh no!
I am.
Killed him.
I won't lie.
Oh,
Did you kill somebody?
I killed second. I'm in second. Good news.
So I can't really see where the left end of the car is, like, because of FOV things.
Yeah.
So I.
So about 4. Yeah, no, I got you. But you're doing good. You're doing a lot better. Just gotta relax a little bit. You're looking better. All the time.
Oh, I feel
Little feet
really
out.
bad.
About second.
That lap was a
You're holding this guy
26.1.
off. He's no threat.
Then it was time to do the Indy Road Series, which was at an oval because they do that every other race at Texas Motor Speedway as a group. I lasted until the first caution when I came up on the pace car, and car I was meant to stay behind way too quick and kind of crashed a bit trying to slow down.
Oh.
Well.
Oh no, I just licked my arm that has shit on it. Okay, good.
Oh, well then.
After a ton of fun doing random stuff on Friday, Saturday brought us back to Silverstone in our TCR, and even though we had been using other cars to do our practicing of the techniques Bruno had taught us, they really started to feel a lot more natural at this point.
Come on, get your head back into it. Keep it smooth. Focus on these lines. 8th place.
We'll get some practice passing slower cars, maybe.
I was also starting to use more of the track more often. I'm not ready to say consistently yet, but even though I had several goof-ups, I was able to make back positions, and I think I did some of the best racing I've done to date.
No. Kind of.
Left side. Clear left. Josh. Good pass. Nice front. Use all the track. Force them to find the gap.
Now watch me make a huge mistake.
Chat even made a few comments about me being in hunt mode and being quicker in that state of mind, and I agree with them, especially in the last race that I did, and that's not a place I've gotten to yet.
We let Hexen past us at the start. Which really, we end up letting this guy past us too.
The gap to Cullen ahead is now 0.5.
The last couple races were really just me trying to get around one of the other cars because the fields weren't that big. But once again, this was some of the most enjoyable racing I've done so far in iRacing, just bar none.
Got like 2 laps to get past this guy.
Come on, keep pressing him. Force that mistake.
You got it, crew chief.
Car right. Right side's clear.
The flying picnic basket is coming down on you, Nate. Except we goofed up there and lost a bunch of position. But us trying to stay close to him, we tried to overdrive.
Gap to Cullen ahead is now 1.0.
And it cost us dearly.
Just 2 minutes left. 2 minutes to go. Okay, Josh, you've used half your fuel.
There we go. That was our mistake.
Good move, mate.
Can we keep it? I don't know how much that was a move, Jim, and just like being patient. Yeah, good night, Fleegerts. Morning, yeah, etc., etc. All the adjectives that describe 2 a.m. or whatever. Thank you, Kavu. Again, like, I don't know how much of that was our doing, but he couldn't put up with the pressure.
P3, last lap, bring it on home. That lap was at 2:04.58.
So that sums up the penultimate week of the season. Next week takes us to Summit Point, a track I'm not too fond of, mostly because I think it needs to be repaved. We'll see if the Audi handles the potholes better than the other cars I've driven around there. I don't know. I've left links down below to everybody I've mentioned in the video. Be sure to go check them out. Also, be doubly sure to click the bell and subscribe icons. That way you'll be notified when our final week of the season gets posted. Also, head on over to twitch.tv/thepiltdownman if you want to follow along for that week live. I've also linked down below our Discord channel, where we'll be planning some community events for week 13 where there's no real official iRacing going on. And until next time, have fun out there. Bye.